The opening day for Super Nintendo World is almost imminent, and Apex Legends brings Respawn's engine to Nintendo Switch. Could we get Titanfall or Titanfall 2 sometime soon? Plus, Monster Hunter is making 2021 its year. The game looks incredible, and there are a ton of new surprises to discuss. It's going to be an awesome start to the week. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Welcome to our cafe of craziness. We got a super cool show loaded up with lots of new details as Nintendo & Co. started the Monday morning off with a bang. I'm glad that you're spending your Monday morning here in our Mario Cafe. If you aren't subscribed, make sure to join aboard the most fun Nintendo Switch community on the internet. We do this show every weekday, bringing you the news, the rumors, the reports, the information, and the impressions that you need to get the most out of your Switch. So thanks for being a part of it. Smash that like button if you want to support the channel. Stay tuned to the end of the show for the fan poll, my current favorite part of this whole program. And let me know in the comments down below which of today's games we discuss you are picking up. Now we got a lot to talk about for Monster Hunter as they had their sort of pseudo direct, their Monster Hunter digital event. But first, I want to touch on something really important to me. Super Nintendo World. I'm a massive theme park guy. I love Disney World more than I should. And Nintendo built a Mario theme park, and it was supposed to open a long time ago, back before the world got really wild. Well, all the pandemic problems have caused many delays, but the theme park is opening imminently. Super Nintendo World launches in Universal Studios Japan on March 18th, and I won't be going. It's really sad. I mean, very much a first world problem, but I hope that one day soon I can visit this place when everybody's vaccinated, when travel is open, when things return a bit more to normal. But the park looks to be just a shining gem for Nintendo to move the experience beyond the screen into reality. And that for me is so exciting. I hope some of you have a chance to go one day. They are opening one in Hollywood that's going to be a bit smaller, and then another in Florida, but that got delayed till 2025. So even if I don't hit Super Nintendo World up till next year, I'm still 3 years ahead of schedule here on the eastern side of the US. Now, Apex Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch, and you can play that no matter where you are. It's actually launching tomorrow, March 9th, and this game is doing something very cool. It's bringing the Respawn engine to Switch. I can hear you salivating, okay? I can taste it. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on Switch? Yes, please. Anything Respawn develops, because they have a golden track record. They're honestly one of the developers that have put out over 3 games, and all of them are great. You know, a lot of people talk about CD Projekt Red being like this wonderkin developer, and maybe that changes after the Cyberpunk debacle, but I think that Respawn needs to get a lot more hype. Everything they've done, Titanfall 1, 2, Apex, and Jedi Fallen Order has been fantastic. So there was an interview asking the game director of Apex, Chad Grenier, if they could bring more to the Switch now that our friends at Panic Button have ported their engine and Apex to the platform. Well, Chad unfortunately said that currently Titanfall is not their focus. And that makes sense, but he said that they want to bring the things from Titanfall via Apex Legends. And I love that, but Titanfall wasn't a battle royale. So if Titanfall, the franchise, dies for Apex Legends, I will be sad. But this could also be PR speak, and they talked about getting the engine on Switch being kind of like a tricky task, but Panic Button has been working for 15 months. They made it happen, and Apex Legends runs great. It will have crossplay, which is great, but they did confirm it won't have cross progression. And Chad said that it is a ways off, so don't expect it anytime soon. I mean, as long as the game runs really well on Switch, I think that is miraculous and that is amazing. And hopefully, it is a fun place to play. They've got gyro aiming, which is a cool addition, and I will be downloading it as soon as it drops. So let me know in the comments down below if you plan on suiting up as your favorite legend and grabbing Apex Legends for free on Nintendo Switch this week. Maybe we will battle it out together. All right, the big cheese, the big kahuna, literally. So many kahunas. Monster Hunter Rise is loaded with big guns, and today they brought back Zinogre, they showed Nargacuga, they showed a lot of really awesome monsters, including one possibly legendary monster that we don't know who it is. Do you guys know who that is? You see that monster at the end of the new trailer? Who is it? What are your predictions? Who do you think? Please let me know. Those of you that are like encyclopedias of Monster Hunter knowledge, I want to hear your take. But this event was great. It was very direct. It was about 25 minutes long, and they went through information after information and gave us some good details. Now, they talked about 2 games, but Monster Hunter Rise is where my allegiance lies, so let's start there. New demo coming Friday, and you get to fight Magnamalo, who is the flagship monster. He's like the dude on the logo. I love this guy. Some people were saying, wow, that's weird. This is like the tentpole monster, and you get to fight him in the demo, but I'm pretty darn sure that the encounter in the demo is not indicative of the encounter in the full game. It's just like dropping Magnamalo into the demo environment. Because this demo is an update to the already existing demo, you can grab that update if you have the demo, or you can download it fresh if you don't, and it just introduces this Magnamalo quest. And it's supposed to be very challenging, it's gonna give you armor sets, and gonna let you kind of go to work on a really difficult expert monster, while reopening the old quest and resetting the counter on demo usages, because this is Nintendo Switch and this is Capcom and you can only use the demo 30 times or whatever. They're resetting that counter, but they're bringing Monster Hunter back for a chance to give you another taste of this amazing game. They went through the environments. There are 5 major locales. They look fantastic. I think this game continues to be the prettiest game I've ever seen put on Nintendo Switch. I mean, port or original, Monster Hunter Rise is delicious. It's like that really good spaghetti where the noodles aren't too slippery and they're not too sticky. They just slide down and you're like, dude, I could have this every meal of the week. That's how I feel when my mom makes it great. And that's how I feel about Monster Hunter Rise, especially because of the things that they announced today. We got switch skills. You already know about their Silkbind skills, wire bug type skills for your weapons, and now you can swap them out. You're going to be unlocking new skills to modify your attack style depending on how you want to play your hunter. And they introduced Hunter Connect, which is a really nice system to help you find people if you don't have friends. So when you're looking for online buddies for some of the more difficult monsters and quests, you can kind of tag your session with your play style or with what's important to you and try to match up with better players that match what you want to do. And then you can like other players, they can like you, you'll be more likely to match up with them. It's basically Monster Hunter Gram. And they furthered this analogy by introducing a camera system for Monster Hunter. A little owl guy holds the camera so you can be in the photo. Oh, who needs Pokemon Snap? I mean, I do, but this is also kind of neat. And they again showed a bunch of monsters. And my favorite part of the presentation was when they dissected their DLC plans. Yes, it started out bummer. Hairstyles are gonna cost money. I already pay for my hair. I don't want to pay for an in-game, and that seems silly. But as silly as that is, it's great. Why is it great? Because they announced that new monsters and new quests will be free. It's kind of adopting an Animal Crossing New Horizons system by introducing multiple new monsters in April and then more free updates as the year goes on. They didn't 100% commit to a monthly structure, but it really feels like it. It doesn't feel like it's going to be an expansion pack or, a 2-part DLC. It feels like it's going to be regular updates, introducing new monsters, quests, and new elements. And if this game is as great as it looks with its natural content, everything looks amazing. I mean, you got those big Apex challenges where all the monsters come bashing into your stronghold. You got amazing new monsters like Magnamalo and Almudron. You got returning favorites like Tobikadachi and Puke, and now you got guys like Chameleos coming in the April DLC and more monsters. This game is music to my ears. I feel so blessed that we get this on Switch. I feel so lucky that it's our exclusive until it hits PC in a year, but it's still our console exclusive, and this is gonna be one of the coolest games. I cannot wait to stream it with you guys. I cannot wait to play with you guys. Maybe we can even hook up. Maybe we'll tag our sessions with similar hunter preferences and we can play together. So that all launches on March 26th. Looks fantastic. I'm so hyped. Now, Monster Hunter Stories 2 is something I'm a little more tepid on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna love it, but I'm interested. And today they announced the game is coming July 9th. I'm telling you, this year is loaded for Switch. Even if you thought that Direct, Nintendo's Direct, was lame. Remember, that was the first half Direct. In between now and July, we have new Pokemon Snap, we got Skyward Sword, Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Miitopia, Mario Golf. There are so many great games and so many things coming to Switch, and it isn't even in the big months. Remember, companies save their biggest games usually for the fall and holiday months, and we know nothing coming then. This year is gonna be massive. Dude, I am wrangling this thing like that Rathalos in Monster Hunter Stories 2, and the art is gorgeous. I skipped out on Monster Hunter Stories 1, the 3DS title, although I've heard it's quite underrated. And this Razewing Ratha and the new characters, the new amiibo, it just all looks very fun. And I hope that the gameplay is able to be hardcore enough to appeal to those of us who come from Monster Hunter Rise and love that game and just want more Monster Hunter. This looks to be more single player focused, obviously, more story heavy, and bringing in a turn-based combat system. But I like the idea of raising this monster that's supposed to be a big baddie, and instead you're like, no, he's cute. I mean, he's got these massive wings and this nasty face, and even when he's a baby, his fangs are definitely so scary. I'm not sure I would comfortably raise this thing, but hey, your character in the game is doing good work, new amiibo, and it's coming in July, and I just like the concept. It looks like Breath of the Wild meets Monster Hunter, and that feels fantastic. And seeing some of my favorite monsters in this art style was brilliant. I think it's so smart of Capcom to do two very distinct art styles, yet still have their games be only like 4 months apart, 3.5 months apart, which is really awesome. It is a mega year for Monster Hunter. It's making 2021 the year where this franchise says, hey, we deserve a seat at the table. We're big time. Monster Hunter World was kind of the coming out party for the game to be introduced much more rapidly to Western audiences and more casual audiences. And Rise is striking like the perfect balance of being hardcore, but welcoming and introducing so many cool concepts. You can have a Palico and a Palamute. You can ride the dog and roll with the kitty, okay? What more do you need? Those Apex Stronghold challenges look amazing. The big monsters look great. The guy who's throwing the freaking tomatoes like Rafiki, I'm all about that. You got the mud area. Okay, you got the volcano area. You got the forest area. You got the ruins. You got the frozen islands. The game is massive. And there's gonna be more. So we're gonna be checking out even more gameplay tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But these are gonna be two of the best games, I think, on Switch this year, and they're not even from Nintendo. That's a great feeling. That's an amazing feeling. And it's why you'll hear from me later this week on Switch Pro exclusives and why I've got a unique opinion about that. So make sure to stay tuned for that video, all about, yeah, exclusives for the new system. But right now you get to enjoy Rise. It looks glorious. I could say this is a Switch Pro game. I mean, it looks that good. As long as the frame rate holds up and it plays great and the online is lagless, I am absolutely ready to crown this thing. Maybe the Switch game of the year. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe I shouldn't get too excited. I'm getting really excited. Zach, drink your tea. Settle down. Let's get to the poll. Today's poll is all about Monster Hunter, and honestly, the answers are what makes this video, this digital event, and this month even more exciting, because 69% of you said you've never played Monster Hunter. 31%, myself included, have played an MH game before, but 69% are totally brand new. 80 plus million Switch owners, and 70% of them basically have never played Monster Hunter. This is gonna be so many people's first taste at this franchise. So many people's first opportunity to experience the glory of taking down a massive monster in real time. So many people's first chance to play with their friends and learn the systems and realize that Monster Hunter is complicated, but it's not crazy. And if you can get past that initial barrier, you're in for such a treat. I hope my enthusiasm has made you eager to try this game. You absolutely should download the free demo on Friday, go through the early quest, and see that, hey, I can get a hang of this. It's not that much crazier to play than something like Breath of the Wild. It's crazier than Animal Crossing, but it's absolutely not as difficult or as intense as you might think it is, or as the game even makes itself seem to be. I'm telling you, with the increased movement and mobility, the wire bugs, the Palamute, the game is faster than ever. The game is probably more fun than ever. We got such an incredible encyclopedia of monsters, great multiplayer. It's gonna scale, so if you play with 2, 3, 4, it scales. Someone drops out, it scales back down. You add someone new, it scales back up. Smart system, good online, and such a great world. So much lore and so much fun. And once you're in this, I think you're gonna be in it for a while. And if you like it, then you've got another great opportunity to dive again with Monster Hunter Stories 2 in July. So get excited. Check it out in the demo. We'll be back with more coverage. I plan on making this a big part of the channel. So if you're excited about Monster Hunter, if you like Monster Hunter, love to have you aboard. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on the latest and greatest from the Switch, its games, and me. Good Morning Mario is the show for everybody. We want to have good vibes, chill mornings, and awesome reports on everything happening. So thanks so much for supporting me. Thanks for making this whole thing possible. I sit here by a green screen in an overheated room with a blackout curtain and you, but I love it. And I wake up every morning happy to share all of this with all of you. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy out there. I love you guys a lot. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what game you're most excited about in the video in the comments down below. Apex, Rise, Stories 2. Maybe you want to go to Super Nintendo World. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time though, and until tomorrow, SwitchForce out.